Here we are, we're back. And we're going live in 3, 2, just kidding. My remote stopped working, so don't know what's going on. We're gonna carry on. Good afternoon, the sun is shining. This is another Actv gear vlog. The days are getting shorter, the nights are getting colder, so it's a perfect time to talk about mid layers. I'm gonna put these on so I'm not squinting at the camera, but let me tell you, the sun feels nice on my face. If you watched the previous gear vlog, I talked about base layers. I'm just trying to help you get out there, enjoy the outdoors, do some adventures, and maybe you're uncertain as what gear you need for certain activities. I'm just giving you my perspective based on my years of experience adventuring in the outdoors. All right, you can see I'm wearing a mid layer right now at the moment. I've got this red, you know, like a mid-weight sort of fleece on. I do have the old zip neck base layer on right now. Merino wool, I talked about that before. That's my choice. I like the wool. Technology, fabrics, everything else is always changing. So I'm keeping it to the basics. The mid layer is what is gonna trap in the heat. That is where your heat source is in the mid layer. This particular one that I have here, this is a lightweight fleece. It's a little bit different of a design as far as the fleece material goes itself. You know, it's got sort of this fuzzy material on the outside, and then along the sides or under the armpits is not fleece, it's a stretchy fabric there for breathability, which is great. It's a nice lightweight piece for days like today. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Okay, this is your classic North Face fleece. This got to be about 20 years old. You've probably seen that kicking around for a long time. This one I bought used for, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks maybe. And not that I don't already have enough, but I wanted something that I could use that I didn't really care if it got damaged. So I could use it for outdoor work if I'm cutting some wood or I'm doing some whatever, doesn't matter. Even if it's near the fire, right? If it gets, seriously. You know what? I gotta start doing this stuff in the pouring rain, because then nobody will be outside. Just went and pulled the spark plugs out of my neighbor's machine that was in the background there. No, I didn't. We still rolling? Cheers. Okay, so I'll talk about wool. You guys know I love my wool. This is a rag wool sweater. Pretty simple, straightforward, nice and thick rag wool sweater. I love this one when I'm doing work outside, when it's colder, same thing, because it's breathable. Also, the nice thing is if you're around the fire pit, you're dealing with your stoves and everything else, the wool won't necessarily melt like the fleece will. Sure, you might get some scarring and stuff on it, but it's not going to damage quite as easily around the fire as the fleece might. So that is a favorite piece of mine. I use wool sweaters all the time. I have, as far as the sweater goes, because this could be a mid layer as well, I have, you know, like the Nordique style ski sweater. This one is a blend, so it has some wool in it, but a little bit more. I think it's 50-50. I could take a look, of synthetic and wool. Okay, so fleece, wool. Now, another one we want to talk about is feathers, is down. So I've got, this is a mid-weight goose down filled jacket with a hood. Now, the thing about this is, because the outer is a synthetic material, a tight woven nylon, that it blocks the wind. So that is helping keeping the heat trapped inside. And of course, that's what the feathers do. It's all about the thickness and the loft, okay? how much thickness do you have between your body and the elements. I don't like to use this if I'm doing yard work and stuff like that, because the outer shell is quite delicate. So if I cut it, I'm gonna have feathers all over the place. Then I gotta stitch it, or I gotta patch it up. And if you're around the fire, you're putting a log in or something like that, this is gonna melt very easily. You damage it, and then there you go, you've got feathers all over the place. The way down works is they call it fill power. Now, I'm not gonna get into all the technical side of fill power, but it's the amount of loft within a certain dimension of the garment, okay? And just about every down jacket that's on the market is gonna have a number somewhere on it. So this one says 850. So the 850 is the fill power, and 850 is pretty high on the scale. That's towards the top end. I can just keep tucking it into the pocket, and that's actually the little carrying case, and it packs up into a little ball like this, as opposed to my fleece, which is gonna be a bigger ball like this. That makes a big difference when you have limited space when you're packing your gear for wherever you're going. If you're car camping, doesn't matter. I bring both. I bring one of these, I bring a fleece, I bring the vest, toss it all in the back, you're good to go. When space is limited, then you really gotta kind of balance out what you're gonna do. If you've watched some of my videos, I've done some hiking or little treks down to the river. I sat underneath this little cliff and I fired up my stove and had a little snack lunch. I was wearing my fleece garment on my hike down there as my mid layer with a shell over top. But you get a little damp from the sweat, and then what happens when you sit and you stop? You're gonna catch a chill. So what did I do? Take the fleece off. I had this in my bag because it packs up so small. Pull this one out of the bag. Next thing you know, I throw this on and I've got instant heat. That's one of my down jackets, okay? So this is perfect for mornings like today. We're hitting 0 degrees Celsius now overnight. So this is perfect for the morning. I got a light layer underneath. That's gonna keep me nice and warm. Look at the size of this puff. So this I've used at times as a mid layer. We're talking -20, -30, with a shell still over top of this to trap all that heat in, right? So that is the Monster extreme cold weather jacket. And it's not too often that I use anything on top of this, because usually this is quite enough. And here comes a helicopter. So we'll wait for them. Well, let's wait for that helicopter to pass. Cheers. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I have another down jacket. I got this one quite a few years ago, and this is a down jacket, super simple, not just a generic sort of brand name. It's not one of the big brand names that you see out there, because it was online. They had a sale. It was really pretty cheap, like 35 bucks or 40 bucks or something like that for a down jacket. I thought, okay, you know what, I'll give it a shot to see kind of how it is. If this nylon is not woven really tight, part of the problem is with this one, I lose a lot of feathers. So I'm constantly, there are feathers coming through on this one all over the place. So all of a sudden I get out of my car and I've got feathers against the back seat, right? And you got to vacuum feathers out, which is not easy at times. For what it was worth, I guess, just for a casual kind of piece, but keep that in mind. When you're dealing with down, if you're going to get a down jacket, maybe look at investing a little bit more into something a little bit better quality so that you're not going to be losing the feathers. Check these. Look at this. Look at these old bad boys. Okay? Fleece pants from Mech with a full side zipper, reinforced knees. Man, I've had these things for 20 years probably, at least, and I still use these. So I wear these for snowshoeing, skiing. I wear these for all winter activities. I throw my ski pants or my snowboard pants or my rain pants, whatever, over top of this. So even on my bottom, I'm still going with a layering system. Base layer, the mid layer fleece pants, and then a shell pant of some kind on top of that. You can tell that, like, I keep moving this way to get in the sun so it's not too dark on the video, but it's going behind the tree. Over right here is in the shade. Already I can feel the difference. My down mid layer just became my outer layer. Oh, instant warmth. Look at that. I got the merino base layer, I got the fleece mid layer, and I've got my down as my outer layer. Already, just in that time that I put this little puffy on, I'm good. It was starting to get a little bit cool, okay? And you know what? Just to keep myself even warmer, you know I love my merino wool. Look at that. Trapping all that body heat in. Perfect. Look at this. See, now I could sit out here for an extended period of time. What else do we need to talk about? I think that's about it for mid layers. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Check out some of my other videos. Just got a rooftop tent for my Jeep. I'm looking forward to some colder weather in that. And I'll see you on the next gear vlog and of course on my next adventure. Stay safe, get out, enjoy.